I am live. You are live. Is this thing working? Hello, 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 hello. It moved. It moved. Sorry if I shouted into the microphone. Not my fault. YouTube don't make this easy for me to tell if the thing is working. Some news for me this week. I finally got myself a new TV. Can you believe it? Can you actually believe it? I finally got myself a new TV. So I got it's a TCL, and it's a 55-inch television. It was on sale, so it could have been the one from last year that they're clearing out, or it could have been this year's model, and maybe because obviously I don't know. It's TV. It's a new TV. That's good, right? I finally got myself. I can watch shows on an actual screen. That's not crap. Otherwise, I was just using. Just using my monitor here. I just like the worst thing. That'll make you feel sick, right? Yeah, look, my computer screen is like 26. I think it's 26-inch screen. Look, it is what it is. Yeah, and yeah, so I've got a good TV. Just got new. I've just ordered internet. I went with iiNet because their plans were about what I was paying anyway for internet. So before, sorry, I'm going to move the camera again. Before for internet, I'm using that's what I'm using currently for internet. That when you're in a rental, something like that is fine. You can take it with you. That's pretty easy. It's just prepaid, so you just that is not great for broadband. So I'm getting NBN broadband for the house. So lucky for me, it's actually connected directly to my house, the NBN node. Which I know most people out there are probably like, what? Like, no. Like, usually it's connected to a box out in the street. Yeah, well, for whatever reason, the people that installed the NBN, they installed it directly to my house. The box may as well be attached to my house. That's how close the lines are to my house. I don't know why they did it that way. I don't know if that's to service all the houses in the area. Could be, or it could be that they run it into like every house as their own node. Not usually the case, to my knowledge. Usually one node will do about 4 houses. So I don't know why that is. That's just how it is. Tonight's sponsor. I love doing that because I know that they don't, and but it's fun. Jack Daniels tonight. Got some good stuff. Double jacks. The reason why I went double jacks is because for an extra $14, you're getting double the strength. So it's like instead of buying 10 cans, you're getting 20 cans. So, but really you're buying 10 cans. But they're double strength. So you only need to drink half to get the same result. Yes, I'm not a big drinker, so it doesn't really bother me one way or the other. You find as you get older, you don't drink as much, nowhere near as what you used to. Some people do, but most of us tend to just drift away from it just because you kind of just like, or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So lots of stuff happening. The NBN's good. I'm looking forward to getting. Mostly because I won't have to. It's an unlimited amount of gig, so I don't have to worry about running out of gig. Whereas this one I do, but I have to use up some of it. Hence why I've been doing a few streams as well, because you only get 28 days every time you charge. So it's you got to use it up, otherwise you're not getting your money's worth. Yeah. So, what do I think of the new TV? I think it's really great. Like, it's one of just sort of one of these remotes. So, if you've seen one of these remotes, you know the type of TV it is, right? I look. As a person that is not had a lot of technology in my life, it's pretty tops. I like it. Yeah, it's pretty flash. It's pretty flash. Yeah, no, it is flash. It's flash TV. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Yeah, basically, yeah. What else has been happening? I guess. Yeah, not a lot really. Just working and didn't do great at shooting this week. Just pretty average. I guess I'm going to work on that. Yeah, I'm not really sure why exactly. Still working on that. Yeah, I did better the previous week, so I guess that's something for me to figure out why I did better the previous week, and this week I did nowhere near as good. I felt that my prone shooting wasn't too bad. The 3P, I felt that was all right. And I was trying a few different positions for the sitting, um, finding which were comfortable for me. I do find it more comfortable to rest the rifle on one arm and on your knee. That is more comfortable. But yeah, you don't have the same control as if you were holding it. So take it with a grain of salt, however you like. Yeah. Come here. Yeah, come here, my dear. Come here. Push, push. Oh, jeez. Come here. Don't be out of my reach. You want to go outside? Come on then. Oi. You want to get outside? Is that what it is? Hmm? Or are you cold? It's cold around here at the moment. Very cold. We haven't been anywhere I can smell. Yes. Do you want to go outside? Is that what it is? I might have to let her outside. She might want to go outside. Sorry about that. If I don't get up and appease her, she's just going to be annoying and meow, meow, meow. If you want to go, she's about to stomp her on your keyboard. Aren't you? You're about to stomp all over the keyboard. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I know you are. You can't help it. You're a cat. That's what you do. Yes. You're kidding me. Good pussycat. I know the cat is not interesting in life. That cannot be helped. That is the way. That is the way. trying to sit on my can. I prefer it if you don't sit on my can. Now she's blocking the screen. What's your plan, Kat? What did you want? You didn't come up to me and meow at me for no reason. You want some? Yeah? Yeah, you do. Of course you do. Come on, I'll let you outside. Yeah, you go outside. Don't go killing stuff. And I'll be pissed off if you do. It's all right, I got you. All right, come on. Just give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Ugh. Sorry about that. Right. Anyway, yeah, so anything else been happening? Not really. Been just trying to get back into exercise. So, yeah, I've been trying to do a little bit every night to get back in. But just somewhat been working. Yeah, I haven't trained since 2018, so it's like 5 years. So that's any kind of training. I've been that lazy. So yeah, but the reason why I really looked at myself and was like, I think I should lose some weight was I weighed myself the other day and I was 90 kilos. And when I moved down south, I was 72 kilos, 72, 76. So let's say we'll take the 76, we'll be conservative. That is putting on 24 kilos. Yeah. So, oh wait, is that right? No, that's putting on, wait, 4 kilos make 80, 14 kilos. Put on 14 kilos, which is still a lot. And in pounds, that's, let's see, it's 2.2 pounds to a kilo, so 28 pounds, roughly. But that's not like 28 good pounds of muscle. Like it's not lean muscle. Like you're not looking at me and going, "Oh, he's shredded." Like, nah, nothing like that. So so that's not. Look, it's not a wake up call. I knew I was fat. It was just a case of like, I probably should do something about it. I'd like to get down to about 80 to start with. If I could do that, that would be a start. Obviously, I'm 5'9", so 90 kilos is a lot for 5'9", right? It's not like you turn around and go, oh, like that's not bad. Like for a bloke, like 90 kilos is like you're not huge and you're not small. Like you like decently sized man. Like you can throw your weight around if you needed to. Yes, I could, but like there's no point. I look, as people know who train, it's not about how much you weigh that it determines how strong you are. Like when I was 72 kilos and fit, I was phenomenally stronger than what I am now. Like it's night and day compared to how much stronger I was back then than I am now. So yeah, And look, I've got friends that are skinnier than me, much stronger than me. So, like, for those guys out there that are thinking, oh yeah, being like being smaller is makes you weaker. Not necessarily. It's um, look, stamina goes with muscles. So I mean, a lot of those thinner guys will have a lot more stamina. They'll be able to pump out work for a lot longer than a fatter or a larger person. Like they're gonna just work for like solidly for like 6, 7, 8 hours easy. And yeah, like look, that's how I would determine strength is your ability to do physical labor and keep working. Like if you can smash out work and keep smashing out work, then I would say you're a strong dude. Like whether you go to the gym or not, if you're working and that's what you're doing and you're just pumping out work. Now, obviously, that's physical work. That's not that's not like using a machine or just being like there's all kinds of work, and I'm talking like manual labor kind of work. So yeah, and I used to be very fit. Like yeah, now I know I've got a heart condition. Like from a few years ago, I learned that. It makes me think like I shouldn't have been so hard on myself with my fitness. Like realizing that when I was hitting a wall and going, why am my fitness not going any further than someone else's? And I'm putting in the same work as them, if not just more work than them. And for some reason, like no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get my fitness up to the same level. Well, now I know there's an actual reason for that. So I shouldn't have been so hard on myself. But yeah, you know how things are. Like you kind of like. I mean, you got to remember, my heart was like working like twice as hard. It was like the reason why I was struggling to put on weight. It was probably because it's like my heart was like working like a marathon all the time. Like it's like running a marathon all the time. So how are you going to put on weight if you've got a heart that's just going like, you know what I mean? Like, of course it's not gonna. Like it's overworking all the time. So interesting stuff. And it was good that I never did actually ever do steroids. I did consider it once in my life. It's a true story. At the time, I'll tell you the story. It's not that long. I was young. I was like in my 20s, like 21 or so, and all the other people around me had put on size, and I was still this skinny little shit. And I was like thinking to myself, like, the fuck? Like, why can't I put on size and strength like the other guys? Like, I'm, it's about the same age as them. Like, and I'm working out and doing all kinds of stuff to do that, and nothing's happening. Okay, so this was before I really got serious with my training. I went to the doctor. I'd been to the doctor a couple of times and said, hey man, I'm not putting on weight. And the doctor sort of jokingly said, oh, maybe you should go on steroids. And I was like thinking, nah, I don't want to go down that road. Like, steroids are for pussies. Like, I don't want to do steroids to put on weight. Like, that's not how you put on muscle. Like, that's a bitch move. Like, people that do that, that's not how you put on strength. That's not how you put on size. That's cheap. And like, it's all fake, because once you go off steroids, you obviously lose all that. So there's no point. Like, you go on the steroids, you put on the muscle, and then as soon as you go off the steroids, you go back to being like however you were before. So, anyway, that was how I thought back then. Anyway, so I was working out, and I'd be like eating all this whey protein, and I was trying to look, you got to remember, we didn't have the same level of, I'm 38, all right? So we didn't have the same level of knowledge on working out back then as we do now. And it wasn't like mainstream. Like, working out was not mainstream back then. Like, most people, like, you go to a gym, like a big gym, peak time and easily get whatever machine you wanted. Like, I think at the time I was going to one of the biggest gyms in the Perth. Like, I was going to one called Fitness First at the time. I think they changed their name. They still exist, but I think they've got a different name now. And to give you an idea how popular this gym was, Hugh Jackman actually trained at that gym when he came to town. I never was there when he trained, but like, that's how mainstream that gym was. Like, you got big name like Hugh Jackman going to that gym. Anyway, yeah, so I was talking to the doctor and I said, hey, I want to put on muscle. I actually said to him, I want to go down the steroid route because it's not working. Like, everything I'm doing, it's not working. And he was like, nah, you're a healthy young man. Like, I can't do that to you, man. Like, I can't put you, like, there's nothing wrong with you. I can't put you on something like that. And I was a bit disheartened by it, right, at the time. Thank God he said that, because, with the heart condition, it would have enlarged my heart, and then that would have been probably kudos for me. Like, I probably would have died from it. So, yeah, so there you go. So I could have been on steroids, but yeah, I never did, and that was probably to my benefit. Like, yeah, I probably would have died from it for real, because you got to think about the effects of steroids and having a heart condition. One of the major effects of steroids is that it enlarges people's hearts. And yes, I would say that probably all forms of steroids would do something to organs. I mean, we're assuming that this would have been like levels of testosterone. Like, that's what I would have guessed. With my background that I have now, that's what I would have started. Anyone who needs to take steroids, like, let's say you've got someone who's really anorexic and they need to bulk up, and they're that thin that no amount of eating is going to put them on like the fast track to getting back to healthy. So yeah, I would probably go down, like, for a male who's anorexic, I would go down the steroid route, and probably even for a female, but I would probably be giving them like estrogen, and I'd probably be looking at the female hormones and balancing those out. Because obviously, if you're malnutrition and well underweight, your hormone levels for your normal body function will be well down. So whatever it is that you were trying to do, that's what I would. That's how I would do that. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so that's not my decision. But if I was, for God's sake, computer, piss off with your shit. Oh, close. Anyway, yeah. So there's that. Now, for really skinny guys, like, I know there's like what they might be out there wondering, like, oh, did you actually put on weight? Well, actually, I did, and I put on muscle, and I put on a fair bit. And at the time, because what I did. And I know there is skinny guys out there I've spoken to about this, and they still didn't really believe me. But what I mean by skinny is, I mean like ectomorph. Like, I'm talking like really skinny, like 55, 50 kilo, like, around that sort of ballpark figure. Like, so that's like 100 to 110 pounds. Like, I know what it's like. And these guys would be out there going, oh, like, well, they're eating, they can't put on weight. Well, I'm sorry, guys, but you're not eating enough. That's the sad truth of it. When I put on weight and you're not lifting enough, all right, you got to lift heavy, like 3 to 5 reps heavy. Your max 3 to 5. Like, not always your max, but build up to it. Like, start off warming up, get your muscles warm, and then, like, you are like, yeah, 8 reps. 8 reps max is what you should be aiming at if you were trying to bulk on muscle. And your eating should be insane. Like you should be. I was eating to the point where I think I was eating about 6 meals a day. Yeah, I went from like 55 kilo to about 68 kilo at the time. And when I was training properly with like a personal trainer, and yeah, and I was eating. I couldn't eat all the time. That I couldn't afford to eat 6 meals a day, so I was eating a lot of whey proteins and that. Because like you're talking like full meals, like so you're eating three to four full size meals, and then like you're filling the rest in with protein shakes. And yeah, you can put on weight. Like you will put on weight. You will put on muscle. 100% you will. It's not always going to be like muscle. A lot of it will be like you will put on fat and that. But if you've got one of them bodies that just burns tons of energy off all the time, it's not going to really be an effort for you to lose that like the excess weight. Like for me now, yeah, it's an effort. I can tell you that, but it's not the end of the world. Like I've done it before, I've trained before, and I was pretty full on with my training. So like I know how to train. Um, it's just motivating myself to do it. Like it's not a case of can I do it. It's a case of do I want to. At the moment, I'm trying to lose some weight. So go from there. I don't want it to become an obsession like last time because it can be incredibly obsessive. Like you start working out and it becomes like your life. Like you don't want to do anything else. Like I want to do other things in my life. I've got like building projects I've got to do around the house. I want to get back into my writing. I always say that, but I do. I genuinely want to get back into writing. I want to invest. Investing is going to be huge for me. As soon as tax time rolls around and it's over, I can start. Well, actually, I can start tomorrow, really, but I'll start next week, and I genuinely want to start looking at investing. And uh, what I've found is do small investments and like like let's go from there. And generally, yeah, like I'm very interested in that, and I always have been. Unfortunately, I don't have a background in investing and money. I don't. I have to learn these things as I go, and nobody's out there teaching me how to do it. And the ones that do often throw too much information at me, and of course, I can't do anything with that because it just becomes gibberish. And you're just like, yeah, okay, got it. You know what you're doing. I don't. You're throwing so much information at me now. It means nothing. The only way I'm going to learn is if I get in there and do it. That's it. That's how I'm going to learn. That's the way I'm going to learn. So I'm hoping that I can do all these things. And there's other things I've got. I've got a guitar here. I want to learn how to play guitar. Again, I used to play guitar. I would like to learn how to play songs. I'd like to learn how to play songs. That would be good. Yeah. So yeah. I tell you what, guys, I've been having some seriously intense dreams of late. Last night, I I do not know how my brain came. Okay, this is I don't know. All right, I wasn't watching anything in particular. There was nothing. There was no reason for it. In my dream, I was working for death, as in death, as in the death, and I was tasked because apparently in my dream, some soul had stolen something, uh, and I was like, okay. I was working with another person, and this person had stolen something and then purposely reincarnated into the real world with this something. Of all the places in the world that they reincarnated to, I remembered this much. They went to a place called Noodle. I laughed when I heard that, and I thought, like, where is this coming from? Like, I did eat noodles that night, so maybe my brain put all that together. I even woke up and I was like Googling if there were a real place called Noodle. Apparently so. Apparently in Texas, in America, there's a place called Noodle. Anyway, we're chasing this kid called William, but he wasn't a kid when he stole. He was an adult, but he purposely reincarnated with this thing, but he wasn't supposed to have it, and it was like in the real world, if he had this object, it was bad for everyone. Like it was like because it was a supernatural object, it was just something that he shouldn't have. And anyway, in the dream, like he was like we were sending out some of our things to get him, and or at least find him. And one of the things that found him was a like a Slender Man type man. It was this huge friggin' dude with like with like the whole like the sock face thing and the suit. And it was just like it was jacked. It was fucking a monster. It was like raw. Like I'm talking like 8 foot tall, like beefcake, like. But it was actually good. It was meant to do that, and it was meant to, balance things. It wasn't meant to be evil or seen as evil. It was just meant to balance, like go and get this object and bring it back. But obviously it failed to bring it back, so we had to go and get it ourselves. But anyway, we did that, and in the dream, like the kid William had like two mums. It was a totally weird dream. We got the object back, and then I woke up. Obviously, it was, and I was sitting there like, oh, that was intense. But even the guild that we worked for, or the place, it was deathification. Yeah, like all the things in the world to be called anything, deathification. Like it was like and when we met the kid and saw the kid, like he knew that what we were coming for, and he knew it was like this reincarnation object was. The thing he had with it was like it gave him like the memories, and he wasn't supposed to have them, amongst other things. And so he knew why we were there and who we were, and we were like, yeah, we're going to take this thing back, and you can't have it, and you know that. And he was like, we weren't going to kill him, and say, no, we're not going to kill you, and in the dream, like we weren't going to do that. Like we weren't going to say you can't live out this life now that you exist in. You weren't supposed to, but you give us the object we got, and that's basically how the dream ended. Like I said, a fully intense dream. Interesting. I don't know what anyone would think about any of that. But anyway, I think it'd make a good TV show. Nothing else. Working for death. I don't even know where you'd even go with that. No, I've had some. Yeah, no, I had another dream, but because that involves real people, I won't talk about that one. Made me wonder if that person had. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. Like, if there's anything else I can tell you guys. I'm just thinking. No, I can't think of anything right now. We might end this stream here anyway. There's no point talking if there's nothing to talk about. It sucks that I don't know how to make this thing like you can talk to other people. I used to be able to do that. I don't remember how to do all that. I don't mind talking to other people online. Interesting. I don't mind holding debates and giving. I always do debates where people can have you start trying 40 minutes. You try to the first line of conversation, you get 10 minutes to make your point. And then you've got to give the other person 10 minutes, and then you get 5 minutes, 3 more 5-minute segments if you want to add, and then you have some back and forth at the end, about you can go, oh, yeah, you said that, I agree, but I don't agree with that. And then at the end, you let the audience decide with who they thought was right or wrong. Proper debate. But I haven't done that for a long time. I always like doing those. yeah, they're good, but they take a bit to set up because you've got to organise with other people, and obviously everyone works different hours. Especially debating people from around the world, that basically, you don't know when's a good time for them and what's a good time for you, so it works out for everyone concerned. And you know, everyone's got lives. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Um, Randomly, we'll finish up with random band names. Let's come up with some. Um, okay. Random band names. Rando band name. For a pop group, let's go with Chick-fil-A. No, actually, wait. No, the company might not like that. How about Surface Chick-fil-A? Surface Chick-fil-A? Surface Chicks. Yeah, that'll do. Right. For a classical band, we'll go with the Acoustettes. That's all right. Classical band. Classical music, Acoustettes. For a jazz band, we'll go with Skibidoo-boo-bee-boo-bap. Nah, we'll go with a better one than that. We'll go with Snake Jazz. No, we won't. That's too mainstream. Snake Beats. Snake Beats. That's it. That's what we go for a jazz band. What about a rock band? Let's see. Ooh, it's a tough one. Jackson House. How's that? Shit, I know it's shit. I'm trying here. I'm trying. It's not easy. Uh, um, Disabled Jam. Yep. And then on the cover, you have a jam jar in a wheelchair. Come on, that would work. Heavy metal band. All right, last one. Oh wait, we're going to do rap as well. Metal band. All right. Metal band could be called. Well, there's a lot you could do with metal. A lot of inappropriate stuff. But let's just go with something mainstream. Catch it. No, just because I saw that back there. All right. Painted House. There you go. There's your metal band name, Painted House. And rap band. All right. I'm not a rap person per se, but if I was, we're assuming we're getting like 5 rappers. They're going to drop some sick beats. Could be some rap girls in there as well. Okay. Poetry in Motion. Huh? That's not too bad. I know like most of you be like, no, come on, man, that's not a rap name. What? I'm not a rap guy. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Spitballing. Anyway, peace. I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Take it easy.